are you?
I am Steve.
What's up, homies? Now the Minecraft movie is out. It's here. It's making numbers, and critics are hating it, which is just more of a reason to love it. Now, unlike other reviews that I've done, I'm not really gonna tell the story from beginning to end. I'll just mention or highlight some parts of the story, or lack thereof, but also explain or kind of give an insight on why everyone loves this movie, regardless of its empty plotline. And yes, there is gonna be spoilers, so I recommend watching the movie, and yes, in theaters, because I do believe it's worth your time if you want to just enjoy a movie without expecting some greater story. Now, there's a reason why I kind of started off slandering the movie while giving it some praise, and it's because the movie's kind of dumb, but that's okay. The intent with this movie is for fun and entertainment, and it obviously doesn't take itself seriously. And that's the point of this movie. They chose not to. So it's even funnier when you think about how grown men that are pushing 30 or more are complaining about this movie like it's supposed to be better, even though it has Jack Black starring as Steve in a Minecraft movie. Like, what made y'all think it was gonna be serious in the first place? And that includes critics like Rotten Tomatoes or IGN. Which, by the way, who still listens or looks at either of them for ratings? They're terrible. I mean, look at what Rotten Tomatoes gave Megamind, but decided to give Cutie. But for everyone around my age, like 21 or younger or slightly older, enjoys it. And, well, duh, it's made for kids. And anybody that still argues with, well, kids movies can still be a good written story with development and not be shitty, you're right, sure. You know, they can be. Some can be. Like, without a doubt. But some kids' movies can just be dumb humor with little to no plot and be fun for kids to enjoy. After all, to those that make that argument and is paying taxes, you're not a kid. Obviously, you're not gonna like it. And a kid will. And to young adults like me who happen to like the movie because it was funny and the animations looked pretty good, is that bad? I mean, movies, shows, games, whatever, is entertainment. Keyword, entertainment. Not just a philosophical, complex, story-driven, character developmental media. It can be both, don't get me wrong. Something can be very humorous and entertaining while being philosophical and complex, story-driven, character developmental media. But mainly it's just dumb humor to make people laugh and enjoy a source of movie video game to live action. So yes, it's okay to watch a movie just for fun, to turn your brain off and laugh. Now, with that being said, here's the basics of what the movie's about and the scene that stuck out to me. Or scenes, mainly some parts of the movie around the end or so. Now, the movie has Poe explaining to us how he got to the Minecraft world, what it is, and even explains how he found the Nether, and why some blue crystal thing is important. And later on we meet the rest of the characters. Gotta be honest, I don't remember most of their names, which shows how good of characters they are. There's Henry, the main kid, who's creative, wants to do things like build. I think his sister, who's taking care of him since their mom died, and this chick who I forgot why she's there. I think she's like the person that rented the place that they live in or something. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I didn't pay that much attention about her. And she also has like zoo animals for some reason, like for her quote-unquote side hustle. I don't know. And lastly, Aquaman as Garrett the Garbage Man, a dude who's old, living in the glory days as an arcade gaming champion, and clearly the second funniest character. Oh, and you have Jennifer Coolidge, who fucks the villager. So for these characters are just kind of like placeholders to move the plot or alongside the plot, but mainly this helps just give a story about random people discovering and or exploring the Minecraft world. And yeah, the story is not that good. It's passable at best, and yeah, it doesn't, the story also doesn't have them develop in a way that should show they change. They just kind of do. But regardless, it gives us a fun time with how they interact with the world and how they observe Steve just messing around most of the time. And again, quick nitpick real quick, I love the fact that they got YouTubers like DanTDM or AFMAO to be in the movie, but they did absolutely nothing but just stood there, which made me laugh, because why have them there if they were just gonna do nothing but just stand there? I mean, to be fair, none of us can say that we were in a Minecraft movie with Jack Black and Jason Momoa, but them. So cool for them, I guess. And lastly, a nice little tribute to the late Technoblade. Now, personally, I never watched him. You know, I didn't really know anything much about him. But to know that the fans love the tribute about him and how they even got the tribute in the movie because the actor that plays Henry mentioned that they should add it is pretty cool. Now, speaking of around that same scene, not long after, we get the infamous lava chicken generator Steve has. And I did not know there was going to be like a little musical song that Jack Black does. But to be fair, it's Jack Black. I mean, he honestly would, so I'm pretty sure the directors just let him do whatever he wanted, and I'm honestly fine with that. But he also does a couple of these later on, but what's so funny is that no one acknowledges it. I mean, they do, but they don't sing along. They just stand there awkwardly staring, because Steve's the one being weird. Like, he's just randomly singing for no reason, while everybody else is just like confused. Now, the group's whole goal is to stop the Pigmen's leader, Moldaver, I think that's her name. Kind of like a lackluster villain, but she has a couple funny moments, not gonna lie. So as long as she's entertaining, I don't care. But stopping her from getting that same blue crystal I mentioned earlier called the Orb of Dominance, I believe, because it's powerful and it does things like let them to the overworld without turning into zombies. So they both need to prevent her from getting that crystal and use said crystal to open up the same portal that they entered from the normal world to the Minecraft world, so that they can leave. Even though I wouldn't, I would just stay in the overworld so that, you know, I don't have to pay taxes and shit. But in doing so, from trying to prevent her from getting the orb crystal thing, the garbage dude trying to get some diamonds, because he's broke and a loser, so he messes with their plans. Kind of fucks it up for them. Oh, and by the way, the villager fucking Jennifer Coolidge has a whole side plot about them going on a date after being ran over.
My God, are you okay? Oh, your dick is huge. I need your hot dog real bad.
Now, so far the story is just going super fast, and I can get fast pace being an issue. Like, it's to the point of like breaknecking speed. It's insane. And it's just another issue that this movie has. But me personally, as I've said before, I don't mind pacing issues. I've been exposed to pacing being super slow or super fast, or just, you know, not perfectly balanced. So personally, I understand what's happening. So it's kind of weird when people say they don't know what's happening, when you hear them say what they're gonna do or what they're doing currently. I don't know, like I said, it's just me. I can deal with the pacing personally. Oh, and I forgot to mention that crystal orb thing needs a crystal box for that said orb to be put into the box so that it activates the portal for them to leave. But since the garbage dude broke the original crystal piece in the beginning of the movie, they need to get a replacement from the Illager's mansion, and that's where the infamous scene comes from.
They want me to fight the chicken? It's a fight to the death, kid! Chicken jockey!
And during this time, Henry's sister and the other chick find Steve's dog Dennis, and she somehow tames him even though he's already been tamed. Look, there's other scenes in this movie that kind of just bend the original rules of the Minecraft universe, like how the creepers in the movie only explode if you hit them. But I was fine with like things like that. But this scene with Dennis did bother me a little, like a kind of like a mild annoyance, because why he got to be tamed again, you know? And the only reason why this one bothers me is because this one kind of affects the plot a little. The other little stuff didn't. Well, my guess is, and I just thought of this while writing the script for it, is that since he lost his collar, he's technically back to a wolf, untamed, but is obviously the same wolf Steve tamed. So he remembers him and everything like that they did together, but since she tamed him, he gets the same collar since he was named. It still kind of doesn't make sense, but that's my guess. So to summarize it, it was because he lost his original collar, and because he's lost the original collar, he has to be tamed again. Now back at the mansion, Henry sneaks upstairs to find the replacement crystal, but gets sort of mind boggled by Enderman. And lo and behold, there's a Herobrine Easter egg, dude. Guys, we did it. It's here. It's in the movie. 10 out of 10. We don't need to continue talking about this movie anymore. It's perfect. But he just automatically snaps out of it and kills the Enderman. Somehow, easily. Because when I'm doing it in the game, it's fucking hard. And the motherfucking Enderman is just fucking taking me up the ass. And they leave the mansion with a new crystal. I also forgot to mention the best scene before they got to the mansion, where they escaped the village using the elytras. And Steve and Garrett just having a major bromance brewing, creating the man-witch formation. They're easily the best characters in the movie. Now speaking of Garrett, as they left the mansion across the bridge, there's a bunch of piglins, including Moldaver, with a bunch of TNTs, coincidentally, so that it gives Garrett, the decision to sacrifice himself to atone for causing them to get distracted from getting the crystal. Yeah, this movie's super tropey, but I'll mention that later. Now they all meet up at some mushroom that the chick made, and Moldaver, how she got the crystal and is now getting ready to invade the overworld. So now the gang plans out to get ready to attack with this perfection of a scene.
First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft!
Wow. Beautiful. It's amazing. Now, long story short, they have a all endgame fight sequence with iron golems and piglins, and Henry out here trying to sneak his way to get the crystal back. But it does the thing where he gets shot off, almost falling to his death, till the second best character comes in to save him. Garrett clearly used the totem of undying on that bridge scene, dude. And he saved Henry last second, bringing him back to the top. He gets the crystal, saving the overworld, and now the piglins turn to zombie piglins, saving the day. Yeah, this movie is so dumb. But it's so funny and enjoyable, man. Like, if you're like me and thought it was dumb, you can't deny it wasn't funny, at least. Like, when we were in the theaters, I just had the stupid, goofiest smile the whole time. Even if I knew some scenes were a tiny bit cringy, or some things just did not make sense, I still had a smile on my face. I can't deny that. But I know humor is different. Like, I know most Gen Z, such as myself, is gonna find this movie hilarious, regardless of the brain rot memes, because there was some good jokes besides the memes. But I know most millennials will find this just dumb, and that's okay. Besides, it's doing so well in the box office anyway, so too bad to the people that don't like it. And look, I get it. It's Minecraft, where creativity thrives, where you can build, do great things. And don't get me wrong, Minecraft can be philosophical and have a much deeper meaning to it. Would that have been a better movie? Obviously. Would that have been a better movie? Absolutely. And should it have been? Honestly, yeah, maybe. But let's not act like we play Minecraft for philosophy. We play it like this. Like this. So it's funny when people complain about it being unserious, when the movie itself doesn't take it seriously, and the fact that that's how it was advertised. And people still went expecting more. I'm just saying the movie producers and the director isn't the problem. You are, if you thought it'd be more than something dumb and humorous. And just to say it again, grown men are still complaining about kids movies in 2025 at age 30 or more. People can be real sensitive sometimes to something that's not that deep. And that's literally what this goof of a movie, because this movie's not that deep. I mean, I've seen people say kids deserve better. Like, chill out. The movie isn't gonna kill them. It's not gonna harm them. It really isn't that deep. Like, y'all gonna complain about a Minecraft movie, but say Shark Boy and Lava Girl is a great movie. Don't get me wrong, I love that movie too. But we know it's such a shit movie. The same way a Minecraft movie is shit. But the same way when we were kids, we were in love with Shark Boy and Lava Girl. The same way some kids now are probably in love with the Minecraft movie. But if you don't like the movie at all, that's fine. You're not obligated to like something that you don't. I'm just only complaining about people that took it seriously, thinking it was going to be more, even though the advertisement and casting basically said otherwise. But besides that, the movie, like I said, doesn't take itself seriously. It does every trope imaginable, like the older sibling having to take on the parental role, the fake deaths, falling off a cliff till you get saved last second, and more. And the characters, again, could have been more better, as the story is passable at best, but the characters fall flat, except for Garrett, who felt like the most developed character out of all of them. That's sad that he's the most developed, and Steve, who's the perfection of the all-knowing strong character, and Henry observing and kind of getting to show some creativity, sorta. But the female characters are super underdeveloped, with less screen time and less to do and say, especially the actress Danielle Brooks, who is honestly a really funny actress, but gets the least amount of screen time altogether. So I really do believe they could have done more with the female characters as well. But yes, the story could have been a bit better, but where it shines is the CGI and the humor. As long as its visuals is astonishing, for the most part, for some scenes you can tell it's a little bit off, but it doesn't bother me. And the humor, again, besides the brain rot memes, the meme quotes, whatever, a lot of the jokes actually land. Like the Steve and Garrett on the Elytras, or Moldaver at the end trying to stab Steve 3 times, and Jennifer Coolidge and the Villager being the weirdest couple that people like, I guess. And lastly, I can't not talk about the Minecraft movie without the theater experience. It's exciting to say the least, because when I went with my girlfriend and her siblings, we had most people cheer, and thank God no popcorn or drinks thrown. But you know, with the people cheering, it made it funnier. And some people say that the people cheering is the only thing that made the movie good, but I'd argue that it only excels the enjoyment of the movie because it's good on its own. I do believe the Minecraft movie is still a entertaining movie at the very least, without the random teenagers screaming. And again, you know it's good when people are genuinely laughing at the actual jokes and then cheering for the brain rot meme quotes. It really shows that people enjoyed it beyond the memes. Because if it didn't, why would people just cheer in the Minecraft movie for these quotes when nobody told them to do it or nobody planned it out? It's almost like people just grew one conscience to just do it throughout the whole theater. It's insane that people did that. The internet works in mysterious ways, man. But to me, the memes and the laughter of the film tells me that it really was an entertaining movie. Now, I'd rate it like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. 7 being the highest, 6.5 being like the lowest, maybe even 6. I'd say in between. Again, it's a dumb movie, but it's great fun, especially when you just want to get high or, you know, drink to watch the movie, or, you know, just watching it sober just to have a simple dumb laugh with your brain turned off. So with that being said, thanks for watching. If you watched all the way through, I really appreciate it. And if you have any thoughts on the movie, please comment down. Whether you liked it or hated it, doesn't matter. I'm curious on what y'all gotta say. But thanks again for watching my videos in general, any of my videos. And I'm thinking of making a lot more reviews. I know I keep saying this every time I make a review, but I really am, because gaming right now has kind of been meh to be a little. Like, it's kind of boring me a bit. That doesn't mean I won't make gaming videos. I'm just having more fun time, you know, talking about movies or just talking in general to a mic and, you know, editing that whatever monstrosity of a script that I have. But again, thanks for watching. So please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.